There we go, a reasonable fish. Yeah, there's that. And the Neon Necro. Known for tea for sure. So there's no doubt about it, Snapper love this new flashing soft bait that we call the Neon Necro, and it's about time that I made a video to show it off. It turns out that I had a trip planned to visit the shops that we supply in the beautiful Coromandel, and the conditions were looking really nice for fishing, so I took my kayak and my camera along to properly show you the new Neon Necro lures and also to release a brand new colour. It's one of the Neon Necro series, but we've just brought out a brand new colour and we're calling it Dirty Money. So let's have a look at what Dirty Money looks like in the flesh, eh? I'll show you some right here. So many of you will be familiar now with our sample packs for the Neon Necros. There they are, 4 different colours. Normally there's 2 jig heads in there. I've just stolen one and rigged it up. But one of those colours that's been really successful is the colour that we call caramello. So that's your brown and yellow. And to be honest, one of the things that I think that makes it so successful is actually that it doesn't reflect any UV light. So I'll see if I can show that to you in a cutaway. But basically when you put a UV light on the orange one, what we're calling on fire orange, it absolutely pops, and that's what it would look like down at depth to fish, because the UV light penetrates down through the water column, so they're going to see that lure really glowing with the UV light reflecting on it. This blue and the pink, they both have a luminous section in them, so they also glow down at depth. But then the caramello, your brown and yellow, doesn't reflect any UV light at all, and there's, as you know, there are some days when that one there actually really gets the fish's attention. So on the strength of that, I've been thinking to myself, okay, why is it just brown and yellow? Why aren't we going out with some other colours as well? So introducing Dirty Money. There you go. Same yellow, but instead of the brown, you've got sort of a lead grey on there. Interestingly, those little sparkles do catch the light really nicely, but it doesn't reflect UV. And we've already found 3 snapper this morning that decided that Dirty Money was a good thing to chase, and learnt the consequence. So the Dirty Money soft bait colour is available in 4 different jig head weights. So I've got the lightest one rigged up there at the moment. That's the 3/8 of an ounce jig head. So you've got a 3/8, a ½ ounce, a 3/4 ounce, and a 1 ounce. And so I've been using this really light one right up in the shallows this morning with good effect. So I'm just going to rig up another one of these Dirty Money lure tails onto that jig head for you, just so you can see how that's done. So basically what I'm doing is I'm looking at the end of that lure there, and I can see that there's 2 sort of circles when they were forming the lure, where they injected the 2 different colours into that lure mould. And so I want to aim for the bottom edge of the top circle, and that's the place that I want to put my hook in, and I want to drive it down on an angle, because what I want to end up with is that hook sitting naturally in the lure like that, not sticking up above or below. So it's looking like the jig head is a real natural looking fish head, complementing the rest of that lure. So we've been quite deliberate about not making a lure that's just shaped like a fish on its own and then putting a lump of lead on its nose. We want the 2 parts to work together so that the whole thing looks like a fish. So going in through the bottom edge of that, lower edge of that top circle, and then I'm driving the hook point out on about a 60-degree angle. So I want to come out through the underside here, between the 2 little lips on the bottom of the lure here, and I want to come out about 2 centimeters down through the lure. So there you go. You'll notice that at the moment I've got the jig head upside down, so I'm driving the hook point down and out through the bottom of the lure. Ultimately the hook point's going to end up on the top here, but I go through the bottom first, and then I push it up as hard as I can up against the jig head like so, and then it's time to rotate the jig head. So rotating at 180 degrees so it's in the proper position, and now I want that hook point to come back up, and if I just hold it there naturally for a second, I can see that's where I want the hook point to come out through, so that it doesn't bunch up on itself. I want it to look nice and natural, no funny kinks in the lure. And so I'm just aiming the hook up through the body of the lure and out at that point that I just was eyeballing, to make sure that we've got a nice straight fit for that lure onto that hook. There you go, all rigged up, ready to go fishing. So now you've got a TPR super stretchy lure tail that does not come off. I've had fish this morning grabbing that lure tail and giving it a real good pull, and haven't had one that even looked like it was starting to slip. They stay on there really well. Highly bite resistant. This particular lure here has landed at least 3 fish already, and you can't even see any tooth marks on it, so that's part of why they're so useful. Yeah, so ready to go. And just in case you didn't see it before, we'll get that little light going for you too. There it is under my finger. You can see the little light going on that lure, which is looking like the light reflected off a bait fish, and it looks like a stressed fish, which is going to make the predators come in and attack it. Let's get out there and get some fish, eh? Camp, first guy in the water, so that was an achievement. And let's see if we can find something in real close before the boats start moving. Had a few inquiries just through here, so hopefully something's about to happen. Just casting from a bit of structure out onto the open flats, and then doing a really gentle slow retrieve. There's a few little twitches, nothing much. The last fish grabbed it just as it was coming up under the boat. Let's see if we can have some more of that. There we go, so we've got first blood on the dirty money colour. Just a little guy. So we can definitely go back with thanks. Nice to have you come visit, buddy. Can't tell your mates how good that is, eh? How good. Right up in the shallows, and we've got a fish on. Let's see what he is. Looks like he might be big enough for dinner anyway. That's alright. There's a snapper. You can see him down there in the water. And there we go, there's our second blood for the dirty money colour. Let's have a look at you. My hatch cover on my kayak is 30 centimetres, so he's a good 33. And I want fish for tea, so sorry mate, you're coming home. Sometimes fish are just where you find them. There's all this funny snot looking stuff in the water. There's hardly any current, and then suddenly whack, we got a fish on. Still haven't found that big one though. Decent fish on this time. And he doesn't want to come home. Might need the net for this one. Come on, mate. Oh! Gotcha! Finally! Good old Trev, eh? Pound for pound, the best fighting fish in the sea, I reckon. There we go, nice trevally. I've been busy fishing with one soft bait and I've just had this one dragging out the back. And then I go to leave and look who's decided to join me. That's a bit of a bonus, eh? Yum yum. Welcome for tea, mate. So that was my day off. I didn't get any massive fish, but I got plenty for dinner and I had a lot of fun in the process. I also proved that Dirty Money is a soft bait colour that works for lots of different species, and I know that it's early days for this lure. I just can't wait to see the awesome catches that you guys are going to get on the Neon Necros and this new Dirty Money colour in the future. Stunning place to go fishing. My first time here, but you can see why it's so popular. Awesome, guys. We'll see you again in the next one, eh?